as at work. But I don't know. I'll let them. They've got to do their thing, and we'll do our thing, and then hopefully after that.
Danny Gaffon for Pro Boxing fans. For the second week in a row, we're at Bolton Wanderers Stadium. Kalle, good to see you again.
Back weeks live on Channel 5. This week it is the return of Lyndon Arthur. The King returns. Banging fight. Liam Cameron, live fight. He's got a wild storyline. And it's a cracking light heavyweight fight, which sets up potentially some big fights on the light heavyweight scene. So very excited, stacked card, as we have come to expect from these Channel 5 cards. So yeah, very excited. Tom Whelan returns, Matty Harris returns with Peter Fury in his corner. So lots of talking points, some great new names we signed will be on the show as well. So we altogether a great night. Coming off a fantastic night last Friday, watching Abbas Baru in an absolute belter. Credit to McGowan, he will be back, no doubt. What a tough man he is as well. But Abbas Baru now in line to face Virgil Ortiz.
I was about to talk to you about that fight. It was Germany versus Scotland Part 2. Abbas making it 2-0 for Germany, but a much braver showing from McCoy than his countryman.
I was just about to say, it was certainly a better Scottish performance than the one we saw in Munich. So yeah, look, I think, as I said before, in these fights, I know this is going to probably be hard for McGowan to accept now, but we've got the numbers through from Channel 5. We've done about 2 million reach, so massive numbers. So for him, that performance would have raised his stock. Forget that he lost. He will have raised his stock, and he can learn from that. Abbas rolls on, world title, right? So it's a very nice ending for what both deserve after such giving us such a great fight. And we talk about fights often and say, I just knew all week that was going to be a tear up. I just had that feeling between us. But I remember arriving on the Wednesday, doing the face off on the pitch, and it was all a bit friendly with each other. And then suddenly at the weigh-in, it wasn't anything bad. It was just the way they looked at each other. It was like, okay, it's wartime now. And it was like, it was game on, and I couldn't get their eyes off each other. It's nice to see.
Someone who didn't have as good a night last Friday was Lon Richards. Real stinger.
Yeah, you had to bring me down with that one, didn't you? Yeah, that's all right. That's part of the game. No, look, Laron, I think, has fallen victim to inactivity. Simple as that. And everyone knows how good Lon Richards is. I said this time last week, I was saying, look, there's 3 guys in our stable I see fight for a world title in the next 12 months: Josh Kelly, Charlie Edwards, and Lon Richards. Yeah, it's a tough sport. He'll be back. It came out of the blue, didn't it? But credit to Steve. It was a well-taken knockout. No mug. We knew that in the build-up, but it was also Laron wanted a fight that wasn't just, get myself out. It was a fight he wanted. So maybe a bit too brave on the selection there. I don't know. But at the same time, I think that Laron he's going to have to pick up the pieces. We'll be there. And we just roll again. I don't think it's going to change the shape of his career somehow. It's just it was one of those knockouts. It happens, but you got to learn from it.
On the more exciting stuff, Dublin. Where is the official announcement, Kalle? I'm ready to book my flights.
Next week we will be on sale, and we're looking at the end of next week, and then obviously by that point everything will be official. But very excited. I'm so excited for Dublin. And yeah, and as I said, hopefully, by this Friday night's fight live on Channel 5, we will have also the announcement for the other show I was talking about in August on Misfits as well. So, busy few days.
When there's talk of a KSI fight opponent or opponents, we think in this one, the name Jake Paul always comes up. Seen mams going back and forth with people from MVP and the same stuff we've always seen. Is that fight just one we have to sort of forget about, or do you think that fight will happen?
That fight, I'm sure that fight will happen. Both want it too much. I've found out in life whether it's traditional boxing or crossover boxing. Sorry, it's the elephant in the room, right? No, that fight. The only thing that I see as a danger in that fight not happening is that they drift in weights too much. But I don't make too much of this Jake Paul suddenly at 220 pounds. I'm not quite buying that.
Does look big.
He does, yeah. But not buying it. He won't be able to hold that weight in fights when he's fighting, you know, not a 60-year-old Mike Tyson. If he's fighting even like Mike Perry.
What do you make of that fight?
It's a good fight. It's a good fight. Just, I don't know. It's a good fight. Can't knock the fight. It's a good fight. But I don't quite understand how the weight was going to come down so much in weight, because Mike Perry ain't 220. I don't know what he weighed in his last fight. Was he 180, 190 maybe? Yeah, 185. Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to work. What weight are they doing it at? He's not going to cut like 20 pound in a go, is he? You know. So it's like, how's that work? But I don't know. I'll let them. They got to do their thing, and we'll do our thing, and then hopefully after that we'll be tangoing sometime soon.
We're hearing towards the winter time for this Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. A lot of people are actually sceptical that'll ever happen, given what happened with Mike and his health concerns. Do you think that fight actually happens, Jake Paul Mike Tyson?
I didn't think it would happen the first time. I don't know. I don't know what's on in Mike's head. I don't know what's up with him health-wise. Mustn't forget the age. You know, if you have a health scare like what's reported he had, you know, it's something that ain't going to go away overnight when you're close to 60. So, you know, it's one of those. I don't know. I'm not involved, so quite happy I'm not involved. And I'm sure that what they will have is probably a replacement similar to him in case.
Andrew Holyfield maybe.
Yeah, Holyfield or I don't know.
Larry Holmes still about.
Riddick Bowe. Larry, yeah. I saw Larry Young's recently. Yeah. Say no more.
John just came into my head actually. What was this talk about KSI Amir Khan?
Yeah, no, that was no bullshit. No, we've talked, we've spoken. Yeah, that's live. You know, no, that's live. That's like I've got to say, I quite like the idea of it.
I like it.
Yeah, because like obviously there's, you know, Khan is going to be coming up in weight, but Khan walks around. Amir walks around on
anyway.
Bigger weight than he ever fought at. Let's put it that way. Not going to be any issues about him having to kill himself to make weight. He's going to be coming up in weight. Does that take his speed away? What's even left? You know, after the Brook fight, which was a pretty one-sided fight, let's face it. So I think the dimensions of that fight is interesting, and people really seem to be interested in it. So yeah, we've had some good discussions around it.
That'd be Manchester Co-op Live potentially. Amir, big following up here.
Bolton Stadium, maybe. Can't get enough of Bolton. No, you know, could take that fight anywhere really. I mean, they've both got big names outside the UK as well, but it would be in the UK, I'm guessing, and it would be likely towards the end of the year.
Kalle, always good speaking to you. I know you've done about 30 of these today, so I'll let you get on. Good man.
Save the best for last.
That's it. Cheers, mate. Thanks very much.